Welcome to this update for parts of Australia and Oceania about this disturbance near northern Australia that might turn into a cyclone and affect even parts of southern Indonesia. So let's see, now it's almost Wednesday, April 9th there, and we have some storms already, spots of Queensland, northern Queensland and Northern Territory as well. And especially Papua New Guinea, some stronger downpours, central Indonesia, more spots there. So there's the disturbance here, and some models do show it forming like between Australia and Timor, and generally going out to sea there. They don't have it here in like Australia, but it might get very close, so we have to monitor. There's the GFS, shows like these forms there, and the GFS gets very close to East Timor, but then it goes away there into the ocean. It does strengthen it a lot in the ocean, and in the long term the GFS does try to make a go for Western Australia on April 18th, but that's too far out and I don't trust the GFS much for that. And after that the GFS is even forming another one in the Bay of Carpentaria on April 20th, but that's even further out. So let's see, the European model does show those storms like northern Queensland and Northern Territory, and then the European kind of forms it later, like on April 20th there in the Indian Ocean, and it kind of goes towards the southwest, but not directly towards Australia. But the Europeans not forming this like other models. Does have a lot of storms near southern Indonesia and Northern Territory, but it's not forming this into a well-developed cyclone. So there's the Canadian model too, shows like the moisture there, and then the Canadian does form this into a cyclone and goes out into the Indian Ocean. And later on April 18th the Canadians also showing another one off of northern Australia, so we better monitor this trend as well. But there's the 0C European to show further out, shows like the disturbance there might have some heavy rains around Timor, Papua New Guinea, and then later kind of shows the same thing. So please be aware, but nothing that crazy. There's the icon, it shows like those storms and the rain there. It shows that low pressure kind of forming close to Indonesia, and then later it doesn't quite form this one, but it remains kind of a low pressure on April 16th, but it does try to form another one off of northern Australia by April 16th. So we better monitor this as well. There's the Neptune, shows like a low pressure trying to form there between Indonesia and Northern Australia, and the Neptune does have like near northwestern Australia a cyclone very close by on April 12th, and then this goes and it still wants it to approach Western Australia further after that. So we'll keep watching, but be aware those areas. And the thing with this will be the rainfall and the storms. So there's like this high resolution model here, shows the storms next 24 hours. The heaviest part is in the ocean there, but some northernmost point in the Northern Territory does show close to 168 millimeters next day or so, and even further north close to 200, but I don't think there's anybody there, but be careful. Some other towns there, Northern Territory, might get 60, even to 72 millimeters, and yeah, so be careful. And does show already spots of Indonesia a little bit more. There's the European, the same time frame, shows most in the ocean there, and 5 days here it does increase a lot near northern Australia, especially northern points of Northern Territory. The Europeans like more than 119, 124, even to close to 130 in other spots, and it does show like some more storms in the Northern Territory, especially northern Queensland, showing this other wave of moisture with more showers and storms on the northeastern coast of Queensland especially, and more spots like northern Queensland, those storms. Further south is pretty dry, except the east coast. There'll still be some storms in some areas and some showers, and the west is alright with these autumn cold fronts and some showers, maybe a few storms as well, but shows there near Indonesia, those areas, some more close to 90 millimeters, some islands there, and in some specific islands to 119, 113, even to 137, so be careful if you are in those specific small islands there. And later, around 8 days from now, until April 17th, it shows in East Timor close to 100 millimeters, even more, and some other areas further West Timor to 159, spots of Indonesia more than 100, and other spots of Indonesia, those small islands, more than 150, and Papua New Guinea, those areas there. So be aware during the next few weeks or so, there'll be a lot of rain, the potential for these cyclones. There's the GFS 5 days, and the GFS is already showing some big stuff in Queensland to more than 300 millimeters, spots of Queensland, even to like 371, 302, and it shows northern Queensland as well, more than 180. If you zoom in, even to 221, so be careful. Northern Territory, some islands there, more than 200, and more spots in the Northern Territory. So be careful, 58 to like 113, and it has the cyclone forming just south of East Timor, but it will leave some storms in East Timor as well. The GFS like 51 millimeters, 48, and then later does show more throughout those areas, but the cyclone generally goes towards the southwest. But later, like 9 days from now, the GFS is all the way to 633 millimeters in the Northern Territory from other cyclones, but we can't trust that yet because the GFS forms some crazy cyclones that never happen, so we have to wait a little bit more to see about that. But be careful during next 5 days and next 3 to 5 days, the range that we know what will happen. So be careful. Shows in Papua New Guinea as well, Western Guinea, those heavy downpours, 110, 115, 118, so be careful those areas, and it might be locally more there because as you solve that high resolution model in Australia, it shows those specific downpours, so those tropical downpours might produce more rain than what is showing up here, so be careful. This is the icon actually that shows like next 5 days, more than 180 millimeters, 200 spots of the northeastern Northern Territory, so be careful. And does have the coastal Queensland 171, 150, so be careful there too. And so for the rain here, first on the east coast, shows some showers there, a storm or two this afternoon. Wednesday shows like some more showers from day to day, especially Friday, and then Saturday still shows some showers in Queensland, a storm or two there. Sunday, still Monday, a few storms, so be aware those areas, but nothing crazy. But further north shows those heavier storms there, especially throughout this week. In the coast of Queensland will be very heavy, and near the Northern Territory and Northern Queensland, so be careful in those areas, especially like even shows Sunday the 13th, some heavier downpours, and into next week as well. so be aware. And Indonesia, any steamer shows like those downpours from this disturbance, maybe some strong downpours with gusty winds as well. So be careful. Western Guinea and spots of Papua New Guinea as well, and throughout Indonesia, any steamer. And this continues later after this cyclone passes as well. So be careful. There's another model here, the Canadian model for the rainfall, shows like so today until this is only until tomorrow, Thursday, shows like as more in the northern coast of the Northern Territory, close to 50, 70 millimeters, some array in Queensland, but uh, until Saturday, for example, on April 12th, shows array more in both the western and the eastern coast of northern Queensland. Some spots that yellow close to more than 100 millimeters in that yellow. And here yellow is actually close to more than 200, so there can be some significant rainfall in those areas, so be careful. And now here until the 14th, it shows more in northern Queensland, those downpours, especially northern territory, like might be upwards of 300 in a spot or two, so be careful. And after that is kind of uncertain still, but be careful those areas. And there's this other model for northern Queensland, shows like next day or so you'll be like the northernmost parts there of Queensland, and just the next day or so until Thursday shows more than 200 millimeters already in spots on northern Queensland because of that wave of tropical moisture. So be careful in some areas there, might be flooding and everything, and be careful. There's here like for southern Queensland, New South Wales, shows those showers there and some storms near the coast, but nothing crazy, just some showers there next day or so, so be aware. There's this for southwestern Australia that doesn't show anything next day or so. The cold front there will be later, like into next week, so shows maybe Saturdays some storms southwestern Australia, especially Sunday there and Monday on April 14th, so shows some more storms there, some showers, maybe some more fronts later as well, so be aware. And there's here like for the probability of formation, that disturbance north of Australia, they actually don't have any probabilities here. They just have the disturbance, the Bay of Bengal. I checked the models for that, and none of them form that into a cyclone, but it might bring some storms to Sri Lanka. That's worth watching, so we'll check that as well. But here in Australia, they actually don't have anything yet. That's interesting, but be careful the storms, the heavy rain there, and the gusty winds inside of those storms too. There's like in the Coral Sea occasionally higher gusts because of those storms too, so it goes. And sometimes like this afternoon, Wednesday, might be some higher gusts, some spots of the coast in northern Queensland, and this wind plus those heavy storms, so be careful. And then shows there's a slight circulation trying to form with this system just north of Australia, and some winds, not like strong gusts, but slight gusts there near Northern Territory. So this goes, and thus the winds do pick up a little bit around Friday, and shows in these steamers maybe slightly higher gusts, but nothing that crazy, like 57 km per gust. It's not anything to be concerned about, just be vigilant in case there's small boats or small crafts, so be aware. But it does show some other islands there slightly gustier, and be aware if there's storms at the same time, because those storms can have gusty winds. And then does show that most of northern Australia is actually some above normal winds, like 53, 52, So BPOR Saturday still shows Sunday afternoon some gusts as well, and still in Queensland, like on the east coast, shows slightly breezier as well there. And there's here like there's not much dust there, but maybe a spot or two of blowing dust, but that's not a very big concern. The concern are those rainfall totals in the storm. So Sunday shows Monday still some higher gusts in the coast of Queensland, in the Coral Sea, so beware. And Tuesday still shows on the 15th summer wind there near the Coral Sea and in other spots, maybe even as this system tries to form near northwestern Australia. So Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe still breezier than normal there, and some spots southwestern Australia as well. And then the 17th, the 18th, and the European finally forms this on the 19th there. But there's the GFS, might be a different situation, because it starts forming this, and it forms this like stronger than the Europeans. So shows that maybe Friday near East Timor might be slightly breezier and some higher gusts to those storms. This passes close to northwestern Australia, and then the GFS takes it away there. But be aware, and be aware those winds near the east coast as well, in central Australia. So yeah, and for the temperatures, it's already much better in terms of heat, but still pretty hot on the western parts of Australia, especially close to 41 degrees, still in some spots there, 40 degrees, but be careful, but nothing that crazy. Show spots in Northern Territory as well, some 36, 34 degrees. On the east coast, it's already milder and cooler there. Spots of Tasmania, it's slightly colder, and then Wednesday still shows slightly colder in the southeast and warmer there further north. During the day, still shows some very hot temperatures. West Australia, 41 degrees. Be careful, and some occasional cooler nights further south because of those fronts. So Thursday, Friday shows like still northwest Australia, even to 42 degrees, spots of Western Australia. So still be careful, stay cool, drink water, and shows like some days in Tasmania to like 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 4 degrees, and kind of chilly on the southeast as well. So be aware, and it doesn't change much, but it might vary a little bit. In New Zealand, it's colder in the mountains, especially some -8, some -7. So this coast does go up a little bit during the day, some 17, 18 degrees, and then this goes, but the next night still shows colder spots of the mountains, some active temperatures. Wednesday, Thursday shows like Thursday the 10th, spots of southern New Zealand, slightly milder, some 19, even in the north, some 18, 19 degrees, shows there spots of on Friday morning near northern New Zealand, and like in the mountains, some active temperature still. Then this just keeps going, no major changes. Maybe a cold front on the 14th, this is more negative temperatures there on the south, those mountains, but no crazy changes. But be aware, the thing here to be aware are these crazy extratropical cyclones and maybe some snow. So there's in Waitani now on Wednesday this big system just south of it, some stronger gusts. Be careful there. This goes away, but it remains kind of until Thursday windy there in Waitani. This shows like spots of southern New Zealand Friday afternoon, some higher gusts. And there's this area near Burnt Pine and not there's some stronger winds as well. This goes and like shows maybe windier Sunday, northern New Zealand, some spots there.
this goes, and still this forecast changes a lot, but still shows Monday in Waitani, spots of central New Zealand, and then it does try to form a bigger wind system later there on the 17th and goes away. But be aware, nothing that crazy. In terms of rain, next 5 days, this this feature there in the ocean might bring a lot of rain, but in northern New Zealand, not that much, but maybe a storm or two and some more rain there. But shows in Burnt Pines some more showers, and southern New Zealand, those fronts even close to 100 millimeters to 24 to 12 millimeters, so be careful. In the long range, shows some more, maybe eastern, southern New Zealand, and other spots there. But yeah, be aware. There's the rainfall map from the GFS, a different model now, just to compare, shows some occasional showers in Waitani, spots of New Zealand this week, and then those storms further north there in the ocean. This goes might have a bigger cold front on Sunday, the 13th. The GFS has a lot of snow in the mountains too. This goes, and still some fronts to watch later in the future. The GFS has like until Saturday barely nothing of snow, but later between Sunday and Monday it does have more snow in those mountains, even to like 25 centimeters. So beware, the European just around 3 centimeters, even like 4 centimeters. So the European's not showing that much, nor the icon. But the Europeans does show something there. In Tasmania, Australia, that doesn't show much of snow either. But be aware, those areas further east in Oceania show some storms near New Caledonia now, a few showers and storms there, near Port Vila and Vanuatu as well. So beware, but there's this gigantic blob of storms in the tropical seas there near Tuvalu and more islands, so be careful in those areas. Samoa is kind of fine, some occasional tropical showers, but be careful those heavier downpours. So shows Wednesday today still near Vanuatu, spots there Wednesday, Thursday. In Fiji, some passing storms too. Sometimes even in Samoa, those passing showers and a few thunderstorms. But the heaviest area around Tuvalu and these small islands like Taulaga, Atufu, and those areas, be careful. Those islands, Kiribati might have some showers too, maybe a storm or two in the south, but nothing that crazy. So yeah, be careful. And still by next week, like on the 15th, shows this highway of thunderstorms starting like the Samoa Islands and all the way down to the southern Pacific. In Vanuatu, more spots there. So we'll keep watching this, but be aware. There's 5 days here, shows spots of near Samoa, Fiji, shows like some 49 millimeters, 30 spots of Fiji, maybe 50 millimeters. These values might change still, it might be more or less, but I think it might be more. And shows, especially in Matautu, some more, 54 millimeters. In Tuvalu, shows close to 70 millimeters, 70, 60, 67. Some showers in Kiribati, and especially those areas like in those smaller islands, 60, 50 millimeters. And with this type of storms here, in my opinion, they can leave 70 millimeters in less than a day, because these storms look massive. So just be aware, there might be a lot of rain in a short amount of time. But let's show those tropical downpour spots of the Solomon Islands too, near Papua New Guinea especially, so some more showers and storms there. And just that tropical weather style you're used to, so be aware. But northernmost atolls in French Polynesia might have some storms, but central French Polynesia there's some passing showers and maybe a few storms too. So show like some showers there, not that much, maybe a day or two, a few storms. And that showed this thunderstorm map, a few potential storms too. So be careful, those areas, some showers and storms and everything. But we'll keep monitoring this potential cyclone near East Timor, Northern Australia. Just be careful there in case this forms some gusty winds and heavy rain in spots of southern Indonesia and East Timor and Northern Australia, those heavy downpours there. Just be careful. In Northern Queensland especially, those heavier downpours. So be careful. There's here the Indian Ocean for like the Bay of Bengal. The GFS does have that disturbance there, but it doesn't form into anything that crazy. There's the GFS an earlier run barely shows it forming into anything. There's the European, you can see the disturbance there. So it tries to get a low pressure going, but not really. Eventually on the 11th might leave some storms near Bangladesh or Myanmar, but it doesn't have any type of cyclone forming. There's the Canadian, shows like kind of a low pressure there, but no cyclone. The Canadian tries to form this, but it doesn't have enough moisture and might bring some storms to Myanmar later. So be aware, but nothing that crazy. There's like in India, Sri Lanka, might be a few storms from this. Now it shows some more showers and storms near Bangladesh, spots of Nepal as well, and more snow in China, in the mountains there. So that shows some more rainfall activity near Bangladesh, even southeastern China. This might be snow because that area is mountainous, but it does show a lot there. And shows more showers in Cambodia as well, some thunderstorms, especially down in Malaysia, some heavier storms. Indonesia, Malaysia, more than 100 millimeters, more spots in Malaysia there. So stay safe. In China, the same things, some heavier storms, central to eastern China and Taiwan. Be careful, those storms there. Does show in India a few showers, still southern India and Sri Lanka. So stay safe. Sulawesi, those are central Indonesia, those heavier tropical downpours. And there's one model here that we didn't use at the axis, so shows Indonesia and Malaysia, those heavier downpours. Even Brunei, some spots there, but in Australia, the axis does have 5 days near northern Queensland, more than 200 millimeters, even more than 260, and the axis kind of tries to form this system there, but not that much. It goes Friday, Saturday, and then it kind of dissipates. But later it does try to form this again Monday the 14th. It has like Monday, Tuesday on April 15th. This affecting some storms in Timor as well. But already by like April 17th, the axis does have a cyclone there. So be aware. We'll keep watching this. And the full run here, it does have some more storms from this in East Timor and Timor in Indonesia there. So be careful. It might be very heavy in Western Guinea, Papua New Guinea. This is 8 days out. And the 8-day accumulation shows almost to 500 millimeters in Queensland next 8 days. But this might change as well. So be careful in those areas and be aware. And also, we will have some more videos for Asia next few days, but just be careful that heat wave still happening, very hot there, in more spots of central India too, and Pakistan. So stay safe. And in the Philippines, some more showers and storms in the south as well, and more areas, but nothing that crazy. 5 days shows some more storms near the southern Philippines, and maybe some showers central northern Philippines as well, and those islands in southern Japan because the systems in China. So be aware. Bye.